Either way, it's better to keep your mouth closed and your eyes wide open. Don't let them know what the fuck you thinking, especially if you don't even know yourself. Hey y'all, what's up? What's going on? I'm back from my vacation. I know it took a little longer than expected, but I didn't realize that it was like Labor Day weekend. And then I'm like, no, I'm taking extra days because I need it. You know what I'm saying? So now we back and we are rolling and we are going to be doing the darn thing. Let's go ahead and start from the very beginning. So we seen Marvin. He had closed down the crack spot because he was cleaning up the body that they had in the back of the closet. I'm like, yo, I'm like, this is crazy right here. Like, it looked like it was so stink. Like, I could just imagine how nasty it smelled. Like, I could never, okay? He didn't have no mask, no nothing. He needed a whole hazmat suit. Like, oh, that looked like it was nasty. So Lou, he's trying to move Zisa further in his career, further in her career, because, you know, he's trying to really throw himself into the music industry and put his name out there and stuff. But oh boy, Crown was really trying to play him on several occasions. They had some other guy that came in and he kind of like dismissed Lou in front of the guy. Then he took the guy outside to just talk to him privately when Lou was trying to, you know, finesse things and come up with a good deal and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it was Lou who brought the music and Lou who brought her. So for Crown to just call him the money man, that was super disrespectful, you know? And he just like, when he was talking to him in the outside, he's like, yo, like, I couldn't laugh at that nigga face or something like that. And I'm like, wow, you know, like, and these are the types of people that you can't associate yourself with. Cause I could imagine somebody talking about me like that. Like, I ever heard you, it would be a rap. Like, yeah, I'm a better person, but I'm not a saint. You know what I mean? Like, there's just some things and some levels of disrespect that you just can't accept. And if you continue to allow them to treat you that way, then they're going to always feel like they can sun you or, you know, kind of play you in front of other people. So when he did see him outside, like later that day or whatever, he gave him the 1-2, you know, knockout real quick, knocked him off the floor, let him know, like, yo, I don't know who you thought he was talking about or who you thought you was disrespecting out there, but don't forget who I am. Homie want to pull out a gun, like, he's like, yo, what are you gonna do? Like, straight up in his face, like, don't pull that out unless you're going to use it. And he trying to act tough like he was going to use it. He's like, yo, just because you write gangster music doesn't mean you a gangster, you know? Don't get it twisted, because we do this, you know, we do this in real life. You know, it's kind of like the vibe that I was getting from that little part that happened right there. Come to find out, like I said, with the whole music situation, the music that Zisa has been singing is jukebox music. So when she heard it, she got enraged and she did confront Zisa, and Zisa let her know that it was actually Lou. So it's messed up. Like, the same people that's supposed to be your family, that's supposed to be holding you down and keeping you safe and, you know, all that stuff, is like they can't accept her for who she really is. But the flip side of it is that she's going and gravitating towards going with her mom because her mom is showing her that love that she always desired, that she always wanted, but she's not really and truly being herself to her mom because she went to church, you know, she sang the walls off, you know what I'm saying? But she had her hair down, she had on a little dress, you know, just looking more feminine, and that's not really her. So I'm pretty sure her mom doesn't know that she's a lesbian, but hopefully her mom is able to accept that, because I know how in certain religions, certain churches, they're real funny about that type of stuff. And certain people, they just have the mentality that it's just a no-go. And I'm not bashing anybody for their beliefs, but that's just how it is. Unfortunately, you know, people have their own belief systems, their own morals and whatever, and their black and white way of thinking where they're just like, I'm not okay with your lifestyle and I never will be. And if you want that lifestyle, then it's a no-go. Like, we can't even be family. I'll never claim you, you know? Sad but true. Anyway, so meanwhile, Rock, she's starting to look real shook and nervous, because she actually seen Kanan talking to his father. We're going to say his father, right? Howard, the other day, and, kind of chilling with him. So I think she felt a type of way about that, because at the end of the day, she's been the one raising him, doing everything for him. And then now it's like this guy just comes out of nowhere claiming to be his father, and it's like he's gravitating toward him, hanging out, having secret meetings and stuff. Like, what? So she ends up taking him camping, but it's actually like a somewhat of an ulterior motive, I feel, because they went camping, but they had the body that Marvin pulled out from the freaking walls in the back of the car. The only thing was that he sprayed it down so that, they wouldn't be able to smell it and they was using somebody else's car, and probably a car that they'll be able to discard or whatever, since it's going to be so nasty. And I had seen these two dudes that was looking at her and looking at Marvin and everything they was doing for a minute. And I thought initially that it might have been like the feds or something, or, the narcs or something like that, like just kind of watching, waiting to take them down. But come to find out, it was actually the Italians. Because once I heard them speak it, I'm like, oh, they was looking like DTs or whatever with the black. I feel like the DTs, sometimes the detectives, they be wearing those little black leather jackets. They kind of loose, like especially back in the days from the movies that I used to see. So that's what I thought it was. But yeah, I mean, they look like they mother and son. They went on their camping trip. They had a good time or whatever. They had a little discussion, and she told him that this empire is for him to take if he wants it, Like, at first she wasn't sure if she wanted him to be in it, but if he wants it, it's his. And now he's confirmed that he wants it. Even though initially he said he didn't want to do it. And he was even telling Jukebox that, like, in one of the previous episodes. Now, all of a sudden, he's like, yeah, like, I want to do this. So, I don't know. She also tells him, just no secrets, no lies. And he's like, yeah, same for you. And he kind of looks at her when she wasn't really looking at him. And she's like, of course, all you got to do is ask. The thing about her is that she's very manipulative, and she'll say that, but then she still won't tell you the truth if she feels like it's not going to benefit her, or if she feels like it's going to kind of mess up what she has. Like, she doesn't reveal everything to him. She reveals and lets him know the things that she feels that he needs to know. And she does what she can in order to get information out of him. And she does that to everybody by kind of making them feel guilty. She even did that last episode when she was talking to Jukebox about her mother. She only said the things that she said because she was thinking about her situation where Howard is now in coming, into what's his name, into Kanan's life, and she's feeling threatened by it. So she's like, oh, you got to be with the people who's been around you, the real family, and this and that. Like, dude, that's not what it is. Like, you're just being a little insecure about the situation, and that's why you're acting this way. But like I was saying, speaking of Marvin and everything, he went on a lunch date with his coach. I feel like she's feeling him. I said this before in my predictions video. I feel like something is going to go down with them at some point. She wants him to be vulnerable, open up. She's like, yo, like, if I go to the judge right now, they're going to lock you up because you're not cooperating. You're not really participating. He's like, yo, I come all the time. I sign the paper. I'm doing what I have to do, sitting down, spending the time there. What else do you want from me? And she's like, I want you to be vulnerable. I want you to tell me stuff that other people don't know. So I feel like she more so wants to get to know him. And I do feel like this is emerging, and she's trying to get his trust. She's trying to get in his head. And, once you really have that connection, then it gets stronger and stronger. And then she's going to get to know the real him. He did tell her vaguely about the jukebox situation, but not fully. Just said that something went down, and he's a shitty person for it, but it was no sick stuff that went down. Like, pretty much letting her know, like, I ain't no pervert, I ain't no with no incest, none of that stuff. I'm not that kind of father. I'm just a dumb father. Like, because he abused her, tried to kill her because he was upset with her lifestyle and just things that were her way she had her room, and he was mad about that. because I guess it reminded him too much of his past. That's what it seems like based on the photos and stuff like that we saw. What happened after that? So Howard's partner, I forgot her name at the moment, but you know who I'm talking about, the Hispanic chick. She wants to go and freaking have an interrogation of his escort. Like, what are you doing? His hoe. And asking her a whole bunch of questions. Like, the broad wasn't going to go back to him and tell him that she hit her up. Like, but she was scared because she was talking about child welfare and all these things. So she didn't really give her much information. But one key big thing that she did reveal, that once she told Howard what she told the officer, is that he has a kid. He's like, why would you tell her that? She's like, I thought she already knew. He's like, yo, this is done, this whole situation. So she just lost a good income because she got entangled into a nasty situation. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably better off for her anyway, because the fact that they know that she has kids, they're using that to, like, dangle stuff and try to get information from her. She might as well just go get other people or whatever. So, I mean, it is what it is. And it's better for him to not have too many people around him, because obviously that's messing him up as well. And Marvin's ex, just to kind of go back to that, like, he was kind of looking to see, like, where are they now type of situation, like, what's going on with her. So she, like we heard before, she, you know, that whole dentist guy, she about to get married to him. Girl is rich, okay? She's getting bags and bags of stuff in some rich neighborhood, you know, the high-class stores. He was looking, and one cop came up to him, you know, like, why are you here? You know, pretty much. Like, he was passive-aggressive. It's like he was nice, but not nice at the same time. Like, he didn't say anything too crazy. And I feel like Marvin gave him back the same energy that he was receiving. But they were both passive aggressive in that whole type of communication that they had, because you could tell that the cop didn't like him. The cop felt like he was suspicious just for the simple fact that he was black, regardless if he had money or not, just him sitting there. And he's like, you know, well, we like to keep these spots for the people that are actually in the store or actually using the stores. And he's like, oh yeah, we gotta make sure the rich get richer, don't we? I'm like, dude, this is crazy. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's freedom of speech. You're not saying nothing crazy. You're speaking the truth. You just giving back the same energy. But then he was going by her house. And then the cop was like looking at him too, like came back to see. So you probably think he's doing like some kind of stakeout or trying to rob somebody or something. And if something does happen, now he's probably going to be one of the prime suspects, because this guy done seen, especially if something happens to her, the guy done seen him at one point. Then he's seen him again in front of her house. So, yeah, probably wouldn't be wise to run up on her or anything like that. But yeah, so now the final thing that I was going to talk about is the Italians. So they, like I told y'all, they went up to the, well, I don't know if I said that part, but they was watching them and stuff. They went up to the cabin and pretty much was trying to make sure they take Rock down. It was two of them. One of them was super racist and just like nasty. And he was tight that Kanan was about to get some play from some little white girl, you know, and he felt like that was just disgusting. And one night he ran up on her, like the first night, and was like, oh, you know, get yourself, pretending he was her father, like, oh, get inside. And he was actually like scolding Kanan until his mother came and was like, yo, nah, you know. And the crazy thing about it, that wasn't even her father. I don't know why she played along with that. That was weird to me. Maybe she was just nervous or scared. I mean, she did say, like, you're not my father to him, but he was like, yeah, because if I was, I would have locked you in this freaking cabin, you know, and never let you come out. But, I mean, she was feeling him or whatever. She wanted to get a little bit of that Kanan juice, you know? That Kanan juice. But, you know, that didn't happen. Then the next day, before they was leaving, him and his mother packing up and stuff, because they already tried to hit Raquel, but they wasn't able to, because some people had came and asked Raquel something right when he was trying to shoot her. So, but she knew something wasn't right because she was paying attention. But then the next day when they about to leave, things was about to get crazy again. And the little racist guy, he's so, like I said, so crazy, so into like the whole racism, regardless of the fact that they're not supposed to be hitting kids and nothing like that. And his partner reminded him and warned him that that's not okay. And they were both, well, he would get taken down for that. He still proceeded to insert himself in the situation that Kanan and the girl was having, where they was about to get it on and popping in a little area. So that messed up everything, because she ends up running out to Kanan's mother, like, yo, he's about to kill Kanan, he's about to kill Kanan. But before that happened, the old boy, the other partner, he was trying to run up on Raquel too. But Raquel, she's smart enough for him. She heard him coming and switched it up on him with the blade. She was ready, you know? And yeah, his partner had to be the one to kind of shoot him, because he had a gun in front of Kanan ready to shoot him down. And his partner had to give him that bullet. I wouldn't be surprised if his partner just killed him, because I know that's going to be like a weird situation now. But I feel like if they did kill him, it probably would have been like Raquel said, if she kills him, it would be war. And if he don't kill her, then he's going to keep on coming back. So they're going to definitely have to have like a discussion again, where she's not as rude as she was between the Italians and the black folk. But yeah, luckily she had came and she was, you know, she was ready for that ass. Ain't nobody messing with her kid. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was definitely a close call for both of them. But especially for Kanan, because Kanan, he needs to learn how to fight, because I don't know what he was doing. That dude was tearing him down. But, you know, it is a kid versus an adult assassin or whatever, so it makes sense. But thanks so much for watching, y'all. Be sure to check out my baddies. I don't know if I'm going to do the other joint, which is what, Bobby? No, I'm not going to do Bobby, because it already started, and I just like enjoying it. But when baddies of LA boys, you know, bad boys come back, I might do that one. But we'll see what happens. All right, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Later.